Hey Capricorn, Everlong Mystic here. Today I am going to do your wave reading. I'm going to take a look at your wave, and we're going to look at the shoreline, and what the high points and the low points, like the crest and the trough, and we're going to look at the wavelength, like the time between highs or lows, and then we'll get some advice for the lows. So, sounds fun, right? Okay. Well, I can do that right now. While I'm cutting the cards, I'll let you know that I did get you a random word, surf word. So, or surf lingo or whatever, and the one for Capricorn is Paddlepuss, which is hilarious. If I get another spam call, I'm gonna freak out. All right, sorry about that. All right, okay. Now let's cut. And put the cards out here. So Paddlepuss. A paddlepuss is someone who just stays on the beach and doesn't go surf the waves. They just either stay in the white water, or they just stay on the beach. So, I'm sure there's a reason for that, Capricorn, so we'll look into that. Alright, so we have the shoreline, trough, crest, trough, crest, and then we have wavelength, and then we'll get an oracle card here for the lows. We'll do that at the end. All right. So, shoreline, because you're the paddlepuss, so you're staying here on the shoreline, and here we have, oh my gosh, Capricorn. We have Dreamer 5, and it's the Hope discarded card. Why? Why is it Hope discarded? Wow, it just kind of feels like you don't have enough energy. You don't have enough energy to leave the shore right now. It's not a good time. You know what? I want to see what that's about. What is this Hope discarded for, Capricorn? Poor little paddlepusses. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's about work. Okay, so it's about work. There's something really bogging you down with work, and you're not able to even, gosh, I wonder if you're even able to get to the beach. What's funny is, like, this right here, the shoreline, this is supposed to be what grounds you, Capricorn. So I want to say that, like, even if you are having an issue with work, like, being active actually grounds you. And you don't, if it's work that's bothering you, you don't have to I mean, don't focus your grounding activity at work. Do it somewhere else. But I do feel like you need to have some feet on the ground here. Need some feet on the ground. Or what does Rob say? Your ass to the grass. All right. So let's look at the first trough here. This is a low point. So a low point would be like something, you're not flying high. It's a literal low point, or it could be just something more emotional, because it's kind of like the lowest part of the wave. And you have Dreamer 2 here, and it's half moon truce. There's just a lot of polarity here. It's weird. It's kind of like the dark and light version of yourself. It's almost like this this truce is is you coming to terms with your light and shadow. Because I can see how, like, this in the Dreamer 5, it's a little bit more shadowy, like kind of giving up and screw it kind of thing. But this half moon truce, this low point here, it's like this this low. It's even like you get to a worse point than this to realize that you need to get yourself together, right? So then let's look at the high point here, the crest of your wave. Oh baby, we got the star. I like it. I like it a lot. This is you discovering the magic of you again, Capricorn. I really like this. It's like you're not just holding that flame in your hands. That flame came from your hands. It came from you. Gosh, this gives me goosebumps. It's like so. I love that feeling when like when you discover something really badass about yourself and you're like, man, this is so cool that I can do this, or that I can truly believe this now, or you know what I mean? So cool. All right. Well, that's an awesome crest for you. So this is kind of a healthy wave so far, from going, from this to this to this. Pretty cool. So Capricorn, here we have. Oh, my throat's dry. I should have got water. Now we have here. This is like a future. It's a future trough. It's a future low. Okay, it's future low here. We have Dancer Prince, and it's the gift of passion. Now I'm getting the feeling that it's like kind of like going overboard. I feel like this is going overboard with temptation of some sort. Now this temptation can be, it can be in a relationship, it can be, like sensual or sexual or something like that. But it could also be just, I mean, like with this big cup in the moon here, it could also be with drinking or something. The gift of passion. I'm not really seeing this as a gift. I'm seeing it being posed as a gift, but it's not really a gift. It's kind of like I don't know, like not a teaser, but you know what I'm trying to say. All right. Now let's look at your future crest here. So your future crest, your future high. Oh, right on. You got the Fool. Uh-huh. I love it. Man, your highs that's so cool. Your crests here are both majors. You've got the Star and the Fool. So that's so cool that you're coming from this place where you're all bogged down with work. You feel slightly hopeless. You're in need of grounding, and you go to this kind of like you come to terms and kind of like put yourself together, and then you rise up to this cool knowing about yourself. That's really awesome. And then you come down here, you get tempted a little bit, okay? And then you have some kind of new refreshment, new beginning. It's like you jump off to the next cool exciting thing, and that's pretty cool. I like that. So one thing that when I did this kind of spread for myself, I kind of was curious if I can get like the time frame between the cycles, between like like the wavelength, right? Because we're doing a wave here. What's the wavelength? What's the time between like crest to crest or low or trough to trough. You know what I mean? So the only hint we have here, ooh, look at you. We have Maker 5 and it's Winter's Bite. So this right here is when fall turns to winter. So I almost wonder if Capricorn, this change here from fall to winter, if that is like the key point for your cycles changing. So think about like the last couple years, how you felt in the fall, like when the leaves were falling and it started getting cold, there was, snow on the mountains, blah blah blah. Were you entering, you think you were entering a low cycle or a high cycle? And if so, you can kind of gauge when your cycles run, like when you go from crest to crest or trough to trough. All right, so as far as the troughs here, dealing with kind of temptation here. I almost see this dancer prince as like a mini devil, like a baby devil. But we're just gonna see if we can get you some advice on what to do during the lows. You know what I mean? And what's cool about the wave is like waves, they travel. There's always ups and downs. Can't avoid them. You just gotta ride them, right? Not necessarily. You don't necessarily want to be a paddlepuss and just stay on the beach because you want to ride these. You want to ride the waves, right? All right. For Capricorn, do we have any advice for the lows? You have the destroyer. Damn. That's some serious business right there. You got the destroyer. Look at those owl's eyes. It's like, it reminds me of like when you're, let's say you're a parent and your kid does something that makes you angry. It's like you shoot, you try to shoot laser beams out of your eyes to get them to do the right thing or whatever. All right, the destroyer. Let's see. Advice for the lows. Ooh, okay. So it says here that the destroyer is the savage, the unexpected, the rejected. The destroyer, the final of the three archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Yeah, no kidding. We're talking about the lows. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings and we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Yet, the destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Man, that's like Kali energy too. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its, see, that would be this, like just staying on the shore. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll. Ugh. The ground opens up, castles crumble, hold on for the ride, the destroyer has arrived. All right. And it also says here that the destroyer sometimes appears as a black dog. Oh, okay, gods and goddesses. Shiva, Kali, Apophis? I don't know who that is. Cool. So it's like this it packs this major punch. This destroyer right here, it packs a punch so that you can redirect your life, and that kind of makes sense because when you're in these low parts, you will be redirected to the wave, right? You can't stay at the trough. You ride the wave. So it just helps you along the way, which is really cool. All right, Capricorn, this is your message. I hope it helped you in some way. Thank you for embracing your inner mystic, and I'll see you next time.